Good morning, great morning, wonderful morning, spectacular morning, outstanding morning, magnificent morning. Yes, it is because I choose it to be so, the same way that you can choose it to be so for you, for whatever you are going through, no matter what time it is, no matter what's being said, what's being done. Remember, all of it is fundamentally meaningless. Nothing is good or bad. It's our thinking that makes it so. And guess who gets to decide how you're going to think? It's you. The same way that it's me, the same way that it's all of us. See, thinking is the great secret of success of life. And it's through thinking, which is thoughts that are in harmony with growth, expansion, fuller expression, that we're able to deliver beautiful change in our lives. Now, this is what we're wanting you to get for you. This is what we've tapped into for ourselves. And what we want for us, we want for you. We want you to see the possibilities, to see the potential in you. And the only way that you're going to be able to see that is through the experiences. It's through diving into understanding who you are and how your marvelous, miraculous, incredible, powerful mind works, which works according to law. Now, think of that one. Everything works according to law, those laws which are immovable. We're talking about principles. And in terms of those laws, you're either knowledgeable or ignorant of them. And with regards to either one of those, whatever state that is, those laws get enforced regardless. So don't you think it's a pretty good idea to get to understand those laws and to use them? Of course it is. So that's what we're inviting for you to tap into your life in terms of what's happening here in your heart. Now, before we go into this, some beautiful reminders for you. And that is that, okay, fine, I opened up with this information, this knowledge. And what I want you to get and understand is that this information, this knowledge is not power. It's only potential power. And the only way that it becomes power in your life is when it's used. For instance, I'll give you this wonderful knowledge and information about how important it is to have a goal card, and you should have a goal card. You should write down the idea on that goal card. But with that being said, it's important for you to recognize and understand that you don't manifest what you write down on a goal card. You don't even manifest what you put on a vision board. You don't even manifest what you are wanting to affirm. You manifest how you feel about those things. See, there's knowledge. See, you've got to feel these things, though, in order for it to change your life. And if you do, then that's when you'll see the change in your life. Now, I'm going to dive into something before we go into this beautiful masterpiece, the Master Key System. And it's something that I was browsing through in this beautiful book, The Secret of the Ages. And God, I just love Robert Collier. I love Charles Haanel too. Both of them amazing, incredible. But here I open up this page in the chapter of the law of attraction in this book, and listen to what he says here. It's such a great reminder. And remember, this will help you to deliver change in your life, the change that you seek, the change that you would love. And it ties into thought. And what does he say? He says, there is no kind of work that cannot be bettered by thought. Now, let's just sit in that for a moment. There's no kind of work that cannot be bettered by thought. There is no method that cannot be improved by thought. Now, let's just sit in that for a moment. There's no kind of work that cannot be bettered by thought. There's no method that cannot be improved by thought. So give generously of your thought to your work. Think every minute you are at it. This, in quotes. Isn't there some way in which this could be done easier, quicker, better? And remember, when you ask those kinds of questions, guess what kind of answers are going to come to you? Answers that are in harmony with that. You want to be quicker, better, more efficient? Ask about that. When you're in harmony with that, those ideas will come to you through the ether in your intuition. So read in your spare time everything that relates to your own work or the job ahead of you. In these days of magazines and books, and now in libraries, now we have the internet, we have AI too as well. Few are the occupations that are not thoroughly covered in some good work. So, you know what? Seek and ye shall find is what he's saying here. Seek for those answers. And where do you seek for those answers? You start in your thought. Use your mind. Think, which is something that most people don't do. I love that statement from Earl Nightingale. 2% of the population thinks, 3% of the population thinks they think, and 95% of the population would rather die than think. Well, no, you're amongst the thinkers here in this beautiful community. And for that, we're really grateful. All right, so let's go into this, shall we? Let's go into the master key system from where we were and use this as if our life depends on it. Yes, it does. Now, we went over this a little bit yesterday, and the page that we're on is 334. So, what does he say? An understanding and appreciation of the fact that the infinite power is omnipresent, it's always there, and is therefore in the infinitely small as well as in the infinitely large, will enable us to absorb its essence. A further understanding of the fact that this power is spirit and therefore indivisible will enable us to appreciate its presence at all points at the same time. Now, what is he talking about here? Well, he's talking about how infinite power is everywhere. Write that in your notes. Infinite power is everywhere, in the smallest particles to the largest in terms of everything. Think of it like this. Think of Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi is everywhere in every room, in every corner. You just need to connect to it to use it. Now, did you catch that? Let's say like your device is off, your computer, your phone. The Wi-Fi is still traveling in the room. It's still everywhere in the room. It's just a matter of you connecting to it in order to use it. Well, it's the same thing when it comes to this infinite power. This infinite power is everywhere. It's omnipresent. All that's required to lock into it and use it is to get onto the frequency of it, and it's to be that who is seeking the information. Now think about how you can use that to deliver this for your life. Whatever this is for you, this goal of yours. Remember, this is already finished. The way for you to accomplish this in your life is already here. The universe has it all. The universe, God, source, whatever you believe, it's all the same, knows better than you how to get this. Why? Because it's already done. But if you want to hear those answers, if you want those answers to come to you, you have to seek it. You have to get onto that frequency. And then from there, the answers will come to you. Now let's go further. An understanding of these facts, first intellectually and then emotionally. Now I want you to notice the flow of that. Look at this. Here we go. Oh my God. Crazy awesome stick person. The mind, conscious mind, subconscious mind. You got the senses attached to, and then the mind's attached to the body. Here we're going to talk about this. Here's the intellectual mind and then the emotional mind. First intellectually, then emotionally. What's in here in the intellect? Your higher mental faculties, imagination, perception, reason, will, memory, and intuition. With that being said, again, I want you to pay attention to the flow here. All information's got to flow to and through the conscious before it becomes something that's in the subconscious, in the emotional mind. Now, unfortunately, most people, this is not being used and anything is let in. But anyways, again, the reason why I bring this up to you is So you can see the flow that he's referencing here. Now, again, an understanding of these facts first intellectually and then emotionally will enable us to drink deeply of this ocean of infinite power. An intellectual understanding will be of no assistance. The emotions must be brought into action. Thought without feeling is cold. The required combination is thought and feeling. Now, again, let's just look at it for this, with this idea of your goal, and maybe you've written it down. See, when you write it down and it's there on a piece of paper and the words are there, that's something that's intellectual. Now, remember what I said? We don't manifest what we write down. We don't manifest what's intellectual. We manifest how we feel about what we've written down. See, and this is what he's talking about here. It's the thought and feeling. It's that combination together. It's all of this together as a whole, not just this. And that's unfortunately why most people never deliver their dreams. It's because they keep it all intellectual. They're not emotionally involved with the idea. Now, again, grab onto that. This has everything to do with you externalizing the outcomes that you desire. You've got to move from simply knowing the truth intellectually to feeling it deeply. Feeling is where the secret is. The real power comes from combining the thought and the feeling. An analogy that you can use that's tied to this is, think about electricity. Electricity without the device does nothing. Emotion is the device that makes the current useful. That's how you've got to think. Now, before we go further into more of this, a special message for those of you who are watching this on social media platforms being streamed. If this is resonating with you, if it's grabbing you, then go to elevitality.com and register for Master Your Mind, where you can access the rest of this call and also the recordings.